All right. Let's jump right into the chart. And I want to start out by saying if you crush this market in the Discord server today, or even from the YouTube videos, especially all of you that took that Apple trade, pop off in the comment section below and let everybody know that you are crushing this market. This has been a very fun market to trade, and I think it is going to remain a very fun market, but I do believe we are very close to breaking out of this range. So when we look at the SPY analysis, all the bulls really want to do here is break above 507 and start pushing higher and break through that resistance at 513. And if you look at that chart, we are continuing to make higher lows. So if we continue to make higher highs, we are back on this bull. And I do think SPY can make a brand new all-time high this summer. I think people are just getting way too bearish for no damn reason, and the earnings are coming in better than expected, and the ball is still rolling, and we still have a bull trend, especially if you look at that weekly chart. So tomorrow, to finish out the week, it is going to be very important because that price action is going to be how the weekly candle closes, and how that weekly candle closes is going to tell us a lot about where the market is going for the rest of May. So watch that resistance at 507 and this very critical support down here at 497. I do not want to overcomplicate it. It is as simple as we're going lower if we break below 497, and we're going higher if we break above 507. If we can't break either of those levels, then we're just going to continue to be trapped in this range, and that is why we're doing so much day trading. So if you want to day trade, that is the time to do it while we're stuck in a range, and then when we start to break out of the range, that is going to be a lot better for you swing traders as the market returns to a trend and starts to move in a very powerful way with a lot of momentum in only one direction. But right now we are stuck in a wedge and we are range trading, and we are getting very, very close to breaking out of this wedge and breaking out of this range and returning to a trend. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 1.28% today. And as I said with the Apple chart, we are very likely going higher in big tech. So all we need to do in the triple Qs is break this resistance zone above here at 434. And of course, we have the intermediate resistance right around 429 to 430. If the bulls break through 434, it is bulls on parade, and we're very likely going back into the 450s. But if the bulls cannot break through 429 to 430, it is still possible this is a bear trend and a lower high rejection. And in that scenario, the bears are going to push down towards this gap fill at 407. And we're going to know that scenario is playing out if we break below this low right around 421. So just let the price action do all the talking. I think right now day trading is king, and swing trading is going to take a backseat until we break out of this range. On the Dow Jones, we were up 0.88% today, and we closed right on top of that resistance right around 382, and the critical resistance to break is 385. And if we break the critical resistance at 385, I think we're running towards the gap fill just below 395. If we can't hold support and we break down bearishly, we're going to lose the critical support at 377. And below 377, I think it's a very quick flush down to 370. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were up 1.84% today, and we did break that resistance above 199, and now we just need to break the previous day's high at 200, and then we're well on our way towards the gap fill above 204. This is a chart that looks like it's favoring the bulls, and the small caps are looking a lot better, especially above 200. So stay bull above 196 and 193 and just get risk off if we break below those critical support zones. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 2.58% today, and we did get a bull breakout above the resistance above 44.5, and now we just need to break above the previous day's closing high above 45, and we should be well on our way towards 47. If we can't hold this critical support down here right around 43 to 42, then we come all the way down to 41 to 40. On the VIX, we were down 4.62% today, and the VIX did crush down below 15, so fear is leaving this market, and that is exactly what the bulls want to see as we break through resistance and the VIX is crushing, and tomorrow is known as VIX Crush Friday. So do not be surprised if the bulls take back over control of this market and start to run. On Bitcoin, we're currently trading right around 59,000, and we did get below that lower Bollinger Band, but I will caution you, these bands will expand, and I do believe while we're below 61,000, we need to see a straight line flush down to 52,000. And I do warn you, if you are trying to catch this falling knife on Bitcoin, this is a very risk-off territory below 61,000, so I would just be very cautious buying this dip. But I will tell you, me personally, I will be buying Bitcoin down here around 52 to 51,000, so if we get down there, I am a buyer. But I really don't like buying in this void because if you look to the left of your screen, there is absolutely no support until we get down to around 52,000. So just be very patient here. I do think this is a falling knife, and I think it could be a lot of bull traps along the way. And Bitcoin is notorious for flash crashing, so don't even be surprised if we break down below my support zone and go even lower than that. On Nvidia stock, we were up 3.34% today, and everything is playing out pretty much exactly how I told you, which is that we would fill the gap to the downside and then bounce to fill the gap to the upside. And that gap did not fill today, but it does look like it's going to fill very early tomorrow. tomorrow. And then if we break this high above 878, we are well on our way towards my new all-time high price targets between 994 and 1032. This is just a behemoth of a name that doesn't even report earnings till the end of the month, so there's a lot of room for it to run. And I do believe we are going to hit my all-time high price targets, so just stay risk on as long as we're above the 820 zone. And if we break below 820, get risk off, and then we're going to 780 and 740. On Tesla stock, we were up 0.01% today, so we went absolutely nowhere. But overall, I think this arrow is playing out that we're going to find support somewhere around 173 and start pushing higher towards 207. And I actually think we're going even higher into the 220s. So you can stay below above 173, but I do think we could go a bit lower and fully close that gap. But if we start to reverse and break above 186, then we're likely going higher immediately. And then you'll be looking for that price target up there at 207. And if we break 173, your next strong support is 167. I am bullish on Tesla, to make it very clear. I think it's going higher, so I'm looking to buy the dip at strong supports. But I do want to be patient and make sure I don't buy too early. On Apple stock, we were up 2.2% today, and Apple did report after the bell, and I do have to spill the beans. It looks very good, and it looks like we're going higher, and it looks like this arrow is going to play out very close to what I drew, is that we would bounce off 169 and go higher towards 187. So I do believe the bears are going to be 6 feet under in Apple stock. If you shorted this stock down here near very critical support, all I can say is learn from it. I don't know why the hell you would be shorting a behemoth of a blue chip company after a 17% correction within a bull market, but everybody has their own opinions and everybody can do whatever they want. I don't understand it. I was long on the stock, did very well. I'm very happy today. And if you're in the Discord server, you knew this was a trade. And even if you just watched the YouTube videos, it's very hard not to see these giant green arrows going higher. So you probably already knew my bias on this stock. And if Apple's going higher, you can believe the indices are as well. So I really don't see any reason to be bearish on Apple. And I think price action is now going to cause people to have a lot of FOMO, and a lot of people's sentiment is going to shift simply because price is going higher. And that is just not how you trade. You don't just chase everything you missed. You have to have a plan and you have to follow it. And that is why I draw these arrows so far in advance, so that you understand I'm not chasing news and I'm not chasing price action. I tell you well in advance where I think the risk is and where I think the reward is. And that's why I have giant green arrows going into the 180s. So I think Apple is going to reward you bulls tomorrow. Take your profits. Don't be greedy. There's going to be plenty more opportunities to trade this stock. And remember, this is a market moving name. So if it is going higher, that means the indices are likely going higher as well. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, I do believe we're breaking out of this range very soon. I do lean bullish right now. I think we're going to see a lot of bullish developments over the next coming week or two, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to managing risk and following price action. And I am doing a ton of day trading right now while we have this volatile range. So if you want to come trade with me and get access to all of my intraday updates as well as my trade ideas, that's going to be in my Stocks Channel Discord server. And you can find out how to join that Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.